Hey everybody, this is Kelly at Soapworks. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping in to make another batch of soap with me. I'm going to be making today a soap that's scented in a fragrance oil that I've been wanting to try forever. Actually from Brambleberry, but I don't normally use that company for any of my supplies, so I just never made it over to that website to purchase this one particular scent. But it's the Energy fragrance oil. I did find it on Wholesale Supplies Plus, and I thought I would give it a try. It's it's a bright citrus. It has ruby red grapefruit, orange zest, pineapple, just mainly a very bright citrusy fragrance, so I'm going to give that a try. For colors on this one, I wanted to do something bright and fun since it is such a bright and energizing fragrance. So first here I have a neon. This is called Marvelous Magenta. This is from Micah's and More, and this makes such a beautiful bright pink in the finished soap. This here is a mix of their violet mica and also their violet neon. So it's a mix of the two. So it's going to be kind of a bright purple. Here is the orange. No, this isn't the orange coral. This here is Fandango Pink. This in the finished soap is the most beautiful, like, salmon pink I've ever found. I just love it. It's the perfect salmon color in the finished soap. And then here I have, this is the orange coral mica. This is from Micah's and More. The Fandango Pink, I believe, is from Nurture Soap. And then lastly here I have Lemon Chiffon. This is kind of a lighter yellow. So I kind of have a mix of really vibrant and then some kind of lighter colors. So I think it's going to be a pretty soap. Let's see. Let me get my additives blended up real quick. And that was just my white kaolin clay, as well as a little bit of goat milk powder. I'm going to go ahead and get in my lye solution. I'm soaping at room temperature. I'm soaping with a slight, very slight water discount. And this is my normal recipe. It contains olive palm, coconut oil, avocado oil, babassu oil, castor oil, shea butter. And I am trying a new oil today. It's the black seed oil. It has some really wonderful properties for your skin. It is super duper expensive though. So I just got a couple of ounces of this black seed oil, and I actually used it to mix up my colors. So it's kind of gonna be like the super fat, or like the free floating oil in the soap. So I think that will be really beneficial to use it that way rather than trying to, you know, include it into a recipe, especially for an oil that's super expensive. I've just always been curious about the black seed oil. I've heard so many people raving about how good it is for the skin, so I am really curious to see if I will be able to tell a difference on my skin. I kind of have some problem areas going on right now, and so I'm going to be testing it out. If there is a difference, I will definitely incorporate that as a super fat, kind of like on a more regular basis. Okay, I'm going to get this emulsified, and I'm going to add my coconut milk as I do. Alright, so I am completely mixed up here. I'm going to go ahead and pull my cups over. I do have quite a few colors going on. what I'm going to do with this one is probably just do a lot of white base with a thinner, you know, thin stripes. I think I want to use more yellow, kind of have like yellow and white be kind of more in the base, and then have all the bright colors just kind of accented in there in thinner stripes. And then of course use a hanger to get a beautiful swirl, hopefully. So I'm going to go ahead and get all poured off. So here you can see the colors that I have. They are super vibrant, very beautiful. I am really digging this fun combo for this fragrance. Now, this yellow, I totally forgot that this lemon chiffon did this. The mica itself is such a very light, golden, just a very almost like pastel yellow. As soon as you mix it, it turns into this very kind of bright, almost orange, mustardy yellow, but it will return to its normal color. So even though this is a pretty cool color with all, you know, I'm not upset if this stayed like this. I wouldn't really mind it, but it will return to its normal color. So I'm not gonna worry about that. So now what I'm going to do is go in with our energy fragrance oil, and hopefully it's going to behave nice for us. Like I said, all the reviews said that this was a wonderful behaving fragrance, so we shall see. So I have the fragrance oil mixed up. It smells fantastic. So much better than out of the bottle. There are some notes that you just can't even pick up when you're smelling it straight from the bottle that have just totally bloomed in the soap. It smells really nice. So I'm excited about this one. Like I said, I'm not a huge citrus fan, but this one is a wonderful fragrance that I am really enjoying, so I think it's going to make a great soap. I'm getting a little thick. I was kind of thinking that this was going to stay extremely fluid because that is what all of the reviews stated, but this one is actually getting a little bit thick pretty quickly. It's setting up. So what I'm going to do for this one, I don't think I'm going to tilt it at all. And I am just going to go in with a little bit of my white. And I'm gonna stripe. I did end up sticking with my plan to have more yellow than some of the other colors because I want to do kind of like a white and yellow type base. and then have the other colors, you know, striped throughout, just here and there. So I'm just kind of doing like a little drop pour with some white and yellow, and then I will start incorporating some of my other colors. And I'm just gonna go with the flow for this one. I don't really have a set plan or design in mind. I'm just kind of pouring it just however I want to. Everybody, so I've got the soap in pretty much up to the top here. I'm getting to the last little bits of what I have in the cup, which I will be saving to get some sort of pretty top, hopefully. Now I'm going to jump over and grab my hanger, and we're going to get started here on some sort of a hanger swirl. Let's see what I want to do. I think I'm just going to go in to the bottom and just kind of do little circles back and forth as I come up, and then do a couple big kind of wiggles down to the bottom and back up to the top. So I like these colors. It reminds me a lot of it's a really beautiful sunset. It's going to be interesting to see what that yellow is going to do. I really hope that it comes back to more of a light yellow, because I think that will change the, I mean, it'll look like a completely different soap without, it looks like there's just so much orange in this. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of my soap here on the top, and then we will get going on some sort of a design. So as you can see, I just striped and kind of stacked up all the colors on the top. I have quite a bit left over that I will use for little mini bars, and I'm trying to decide what it is that I want to do at the top of this soap. It's pretty messy. I added quite a bit of soap to the top. It's a little bit thicker, so it's not really like falling over the edges too much, so I think I'll be able to get like a nice texture. So I just need to decide what it is I want to do. I'm just going to play because I don't have any set ideas, so I'm just going to kind of go in and swirl, kind of mix these colors together. Pretty. They are very pretty colors. Can't wait for the yellow to change back to a normal color, because I think it will change the look of the soap quite a bit. So now what I need to do is just try to clean up the edges without completely destroying my little design here. That wasn't too bad. I'll continue to clean it up off camera. So that is the end of this one. I'm happy with the way it turned out. It behaved really good. It smells fantastic. So we will see tomorrow what sort of design we were able to get on the inside. This is how it looks, you guys. So tomorrow I will bring you guys back when it's time to cut into this. See you then. Alright, I'm getting ready to cut into this energy soap. I'm really excited to see what's on the inside. The color combination is really fun. The yellow though, if you can see, it had turned that very bright kind of orange or dark orange, and last time I used this it did that, so I wasn't surprised. But I remembered it turning back to the very light color yellow. It did turn back to yellow, but it is a very bright and vibrant yellow, so it didn't exactly go back to the color that I thought it would. But I'm okay with it. It still goes well with the other colors that I have here. Now, I don't really recall exactly how I poured this one. I know that I didn't do stripes down the wall. I think I just did like stripes, you know, all throughout the mold. So let's just give this a cut and see what we were able to get doing that. Oh, that is beautiful. That is an awesome swirl. It's so pretty. Okay, sorry guys, my battery had died, so I had to quick and change it right after I cut this first piece. So hopefully it got some of the footage from the beginning. I'm not really sure, but if not, this is how the first piece turned out. There are some very beautiful patterns in this soap. Very happy with it, and the fragrance on this today is really awesome. Very obviously citrusy, but not super overpowering. It's really nice. This color combo I think is awesome. I'm really happy with that very bright pink, and the orange really mellowed out a lot to like a peach color. I've used this color a lot of times, and this is the first time that it has mellowed out quite so much, but that's okay. It's still a very nice color with the other color, since the yellow is a lot more vibrant than I had intended, and the pink is just a very bright pop of color. I don't mind that I have that peach in there. That is really pretty. Those patterns are awesome. I hope you guys can see the pattern. And the top. There are some air bubbles in this one. I've been getting a lot of air bubbles lately. I don't know if I'm somehow incorporating more air bubbles than normal. Because I have been tapping my mold down quite a bit, but it still just does not seem to get all the bubbles out, no matter how long I sit there and try to tap them out. Ooh, look at the top on this one. Beautiful. And the swirls in there, it looks like little petals, lots of little petals. So this is a fun one. And so far they're looking all pretty much the same, which is good, because I am extremely happy with the pattern that I was able to get with this hanger swirl. That's a neat one right there. I really love how there's just like a perfect mix of all the different colors. Like not one of them has more. Oops, I just kind of butted that up to this piece and kind of shaved off a little bit. This soap is pretty soft today. I think I even soaped with a water discount, so I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I am using my Baba Sue oil from a different supplier, and it was not near as hard as the Baba Sue oil that I use normally is. So I don't know, maybe that has something to do with it. We'll see if I continue to have softer soaps with this particular oil that I've been using, because that's the only thing that I've changed, so I don't know what else it could be. I didn't forget my sodium lactate, and I actually even soaped with a little bit of a water discount for this one, so for it to be a little bit softer than normal, I don't know. I'm thinking that it is that Babasu oil, because I really did notice a difference in the consistency of this new oil compared to like just the very hard oil that I normally have. This is really pretty. I do like these colors a lot. It fits the fragrance just beautifully, I think. Oh, it's such a nice fragrance. You can really smell the grapefruit. So if you're a grapefruit fan, this will be an awesome one. And this will be the last cut here. Pretty soap. I'm happy with the way that this one turned out. I really am. Pretty patterns. Okay, you guys. Nice. So, this was a fun one to do. I always like to play with the neon colorants and try different fragrance oils that I have not tried yet. So this one turned out really great. I'm happy with it. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. I appreciate you guys. See you next time. Bye.